As they say in Yokohama, Ohayo, or in New York City and where you live, good morning. How are you? All is well, I trust. I'm Pastor Jim Cymbala. This is the Brooklyn Tabernacle Daily Devotion series, and we're reading through 1 Samuel. By the way, I want you to start praying and thinking. I'll give you more information next week, God willing. In the fall, we're having a pastors intensive, pastors and their wives. Not like Fan the Flame conference. This will be limited to, I think, 75 people, and then it shuts down. It's going to be from a Monday through a Wednesday, Monday night, then all day Tuesday, then in the prayer meeting, small sessions, Q&A, and talking about practical things, which we didn't cover in Fan the Flame conference. Ending on Wednesday around noontime, 2 sessions on Wednesday morning. I'll give you more details. But maybe you know of a pastor, or maybe some of you are wealthy enough to sponsor your pastor. It's hard coming to New York, I know that. Airfare, hotel, and all that. But it's going to be, once again, a low registration fee. We just want to encourage people, and we're going to be talking about, what does the Bible, or does it talk about, how does a pastor raise money? A session on counseling. How about preparing sermons? How about preaching sermons? What have I learned from my mistakes and from the scriptures? From my mistakes, I could go on for about 4 days, or maybe 4 weeks, just talking about what I've learned. So hopefully it'll be a blessing to pastors. So pray that it will be, the Lord willing. If we have it, we're all still here. And I'll give you more information next week. But now, we return to 1 Samuel. We're up to the 13th chapter. Saul was 30 years old when he became king, and he reigned over Israel 42 years. Saul chose 3,000 men from Israel. 2,000 were with him at Michmash and in the hill country of Bethel, and 1,000 were with Jonathan, his son, at Gibeah in Benjamin. The rest of the men he sent back to their homes. So just to review, since we're starting a new chapter, Saul is now king, been anointed and placed in that position. The people know it. Samuel, the prophet, has anointed him, but with mixed feelings, because in asking for a king, like all the other nations had, they've really rejected God's leadership over them. And they're going to learn some lessons here. So now we go to verse 3. Jonathan, the son of King Saul, attacked the Philistine outpost at Gibeah, and the Philistines heard about it. And then Saul had the trumpet blown throughout the land and said, "Let the Hebrews hear." So all Israel heard the news. Quote, "Saul has attacked the Philistine outpost, and now Israel has become obnoxious to the Philistines." And the people were summoned to join Saul at Gilgal. So you say that's history. It's a historical narrative. Why is it in the Bible, beside telling us about the first king of Israel? But what can we learn? That's the question. How do you extrapolate that paragraph for anything to do with us? So you have to step back and ask the W's and the H's. Who, what, why, where, when. Just get that in your mind. Maybe some also how much, how long. So you get what's happening, and now what can we learn? So Jonathan, that's the who, the son of Saul, he attacked the Philistine outpost at Gibeah. Now the Philistines, here's another who, they're the people ruling over Israel. They're the big guy on the block. Israel is subservient to Philistines. Philistines are their masters. So this is rebellion. And the Philistines heard about it. And then Saul had the trumpet blown throughout the land and said, "Let the Hebrews hear," the Jews, So all Israel heard the news. Saul has attacked the Philistine outpost, and now Israel has become obnoxious to the Philistines, and the people were summoned to join Saul at Gilgal. So God is now setting up a victory for Saul. At least Saul's going to lead the people into battle against their Philistine rulers, who the Israelites do not like. But notice how it happens. It happens by Jonathan, his son, unilaterally, it seems, attacking the outpost of the Philistines. Like, who gave you authority to do that? But you see, Jonathan, as we're going to learn, is a go-getter. He has faith. He's bold. He's daring. God is with us. The Philistines are over us. And this is what I'm supposed to do. Let's do it. As we're going to learn, Saul and the Israelites usually are a lot more timid. So what do we learn? We learn that God is setting things up here through the actions of Jonathan. And now the word gets out and all Israel goes together under Saul like, let's get on with this. Let's get it on with the Philistines. You can't win a victory unless you have a battle. So now the battle is shaping up. But did you pick up the little thing here in the verse, in the paragraph? Jonathan attacked the Philistines and must have won a minor skirmish. The Philistines heard about it and said, okay, then you want to be like that? You're going to rebel? We'll roll with that. Then Saul had the trumpet blown, so all Israel would know we're getting it on with the Philistines. But oh, did you notice that little sentence? What message does Saul send out? Saul has attacked the Philistine outpost, and now Israel has become obnoxious to the Philistines. Hello, Saul did not attack the Philistines. His son did. See, here's already the crack in the foundation of Saul's character. He's taking credit for what someone else did. He can't say, my son Jonathan had the boldness and faith to go against the Philistines. Come on, let's give him some props and let's get ready to roll and rumble now. Let's get ready to rumble. No, he says, Saul has attacked. Saul stepped out. He did. What does that teach us? Don't take credit for someone else's work. Paul talks about that in the New Testament. God forbid that I should take credit for someone else's work. Paul said, I don't even want to work where others have preached the gospel. I want to go where the gospel has not been preached yet, so I can get more territory for the Lord. But it's bad enough to boast about what you did. But what's worse is when you boast about something someone else did and then you claim it. Like, let it go. Let it go. The egomania that's at the root of Saul's character is showing itself early. Taking credit. I mean, can't you give props to your own son? I mean, really. Let's not do that today. Let's appreciate whoever God uses, and let's not speak, let's think about this verse. Let another's lips praise you, not your own. If you do something and you're a blessing, keep it quiet, then your reward will be bigger. But the more you talk about it, the more you distract from Jesus and the less reward we're going to have. Let's walk humbly before the Lord today, in Jesus' name. I will see you tomorrow. God bless you. Bye-bye.